for us. So we're sent into the world to bless the city, to plant churches, to multiply disciples, to send missionaries. I would say it's not just that we should do that, we're actually obligated to do that. The Apostle Paul says in Romans chapter 1, verse 14, that I am under obligation to both Jews and Gentiles to preach the gospel. And he's a debtor, same word. I'm in debt to these people. Well, how can Paul say I'm indebted to people who he's never met, some he'll never meet? How could he say that? Well, there's two ways to be in debt. You could be in a bad way and someone comes, gives you a lot of money, and you're indebted to that person. You got to pay that person back. Another way that you can be in debt is that if you're in a bad way and a very wealthy person comes alongside you and says, I see you're in a bad way, I'm going to give you more money than you could ever spend in your lifetime. And here's all that I ask. You don't have to pay me back. But if you ever see anyone else who's in a similarly destitute situation, I want you to take some of what I've given you and I want you to give it to them. And in that sense, you're a debtor, not to the persons that you're going to help down the road. You're a debtor to the person who gave you the money, right? And that is exactly the way the gospel works. Jesus Christ comes to us, sees us in our bad way, and gives to us the riches of salvation and says to us, you don't have to pay me back. You could never earn what I'm about to give to you. Here's all I'm asking. When you see someone else who is similarly destitute, when you see someone else who's separated from God, who's living a miserable life, who's looking for purpose and can't find it, when you see those people, all I'm asking is that you would take the richness of the gospel that I'm giving to you and that you would give it to them. And so it's not just that we should bless our city. We are under obligation to bless our city. It's not just that you should pray for the people in your family who don't know Christ. You are under obligation to those people. It's not because they deserve it. It's not because you're personally indebted to them. It's because you are indebted to the Lord Jesus Christ because of the richness of salvation that he's given to you. And I'm telling you.